Hi, welcome to this discussion as part of our Think 2025 dialogue with various stakeholders on issues such as climate change and energy. We are very, very privileged to have with us Mr. Neil Buhne today. What are the climate-ready, sustainable pathways you think that are available to us to address that sustainable development goal?
I think Pakistan has made progress in terms of energy provision. There's been a lot more capacity that's been brought in. You don't have quite as many load shedding around the country as you had before, but there's still a lot. But I think the issue is it's not really clean and sustainable, the provision. And what needs to be done? I mean, one is, and I worked on this in the early 90s as well, one is issues of energy efficiency. There's so much energy wasted. Transmission lines are badly built. Transformers are old. Issues of, because the pricing is not right, not sensible, underpriced for people who can afford it. All sorts of wastage of energy. Stupid house designs, which means that you have to turn on the air conditioning for 6 months a year rather than maybe 2 months a year, if you have the luxury of air conditioning. All those things mean that Pakistan is highly energy inefficient. And I'm not even talking about the transport sector, for example, where you have all these cars that are out of tune. You have trucks that are out of tune, and you have very little use of rail, actually, in Pakistan to transport freight, let alone to transport people. It hasn't been invested in, even though it's amongst the most energy efficient of the ways of providing transport. And then another way is you need to make energy available, if you're going to 100%, in remote locations. And solar, and to a certain extent wind, is the perfect solution for having energy provision in remote locations. I just spent a lot of time, well, 4 days, fair amount for me, up in Hunza and Nagar and Gilgit a couple of weeks ago. It was a real luxury to be there. I had some professional reasons to be there, but it was so beautiful. But these communities, some of them are very remote, and some of them have microhydels, but solar is a very good solution in a place that is so sunny. But then you've also got to find ways to bring in other sorts of energy that are sustainable, such as solar and wind on a large scale. Wind can, as we've said already, multiple gigawatts can be generated from wind if it was properly harnessed. And even my home place in Canada, which is quite flat. It looks a bit like the Netherlands. It's not your image of Canada and the mountains. We have wind turbines everywhere. Wind turbines down the street from where my parents live.
And this is a country rich in fossil fuels.
Rich in fossil fuels, but we have wind turbines all over the place. And it's a change. It wasn't there 10 years ago. So Canada has adapted in the sense of developing renewables. I don't think I've seen a wind turbine in Pakistan. I know they exist, but I don't think I've seen one, even though there's lots of places. So those are the sort of changes. Energy efficiency, more sensible building, more sensible use of energy in industry and transport, and renewables, whether it be solar, whether it be wind, and also the use of biomass, as I talked about before.